Gotta have the logo up front.
If you guys' defense, you guys were giving them negative yards, good chunk into that second half. Nod your head, big smile there. I mean, how satisfying is it when you come out with a shutout?
Well, to have a defensive line that we do, and it takes a lot of pressure off us, and when we do make plays, it's because of them too. So I think from the beginning of the game, you saw the D-line getting pressure, and that really threw off their whole passing game. And I mean, Lucas Beatty and Kenny Little, it's a pretty good combo right there, and they've had a good connection together the whole season. I think the pressure really got to them, and that's what we saw change their offense up a little bit.
How are you feeling after your first contact in a couple of weeks?
Oh, it was just good to get back out there. I told somebody I had first day of camp legs. I was running places in practice I probably shouldn't have been running just because my legs felt good. But yeah, after the first contact, I mean, 4 weeks off is a pretty good amount of time. But I mean, as soon as I got out there for the first play, felt like I've been playing the whole time.
Was there any worry on your part that this thing was going to linger throughout the whole season the way it was going?
Well, as soon as I had the option of whether I could choose to play or not, I knew I was going to be playing. So as soon as it was in my hands, I knew I was coming.
With the Big South ahead of you guys coming into this week, was there just a sense and a general talking amongst the players and coaches that, okay, essentially let's wipe the slate clean, we got 5 games to go?
Yeah, I mean, we knew as soon as you want to win every conference game too, but we're not trying to put it in somebody else's hands at the end of the season this year. We want to win it outright. We don't want somebody else choosing our destiny. So I think you saw guys coming out to play like it was the last game, and this was the deciding factor of whether or not we're going to win the Big South Championship. So we're trying to approach every game like that, and hopefully at the end of the Big South Conference that it's our choice to go to the playoffs.
How tough was it to sit there and watch 637 yards against App State? And what were the adjustments that were made during the bye week that helped you turn this thing around so quickly?
Oh, I think we did more hitting in the bye week than we've done the whole the practices before that. So definitely pretty physical in the bye week where you think that you would be taking, you know what I'm saying, resting a little bit, which we did too. But the practices were definitely intense. We did a lot of hitting and it's basically being more physical. So we didn't lose that and what we did have going into it.
Coaches tell me that Kenny Scott called him the bird dog, I guess, on their coach wide receiver. It helped you guys put some pressure on him, and they only threw to him once, or at least he caught one pass. How did Kenny do on him?
Oh, Kenny did a great job, and really, I mean, Kenny and defensive line basically did that part on their own. I mean, you were watching film on them too, throwing passes, completing them and stuff, and you're really thinking it's going to be a shootout type of game with those two. Like I said, Lucas Beatty and Kenny Little. But I think a lot of the credit has to go to the D-line and the pressure that they forced. He didn't really have much time to sit back and let him get into his routes, and Kenny was doing a good job of not letting him get into his routes.
So since this is the first game of the conference play, maybe as a defensive unit, can you guys say that this is maybe the blueprint of what we need to do for the next 4 games?
And I think that's what we're trying to go for on defense. We want to start putting a lot more pressure on people. We don't want somebody to sit back there and just try to pick us apart because we're playing off a little bit. So I think you're going to see a lot more physical team in the next couple of weeks. And like I said, even during the bye week, we worked on that. We did a lot of physical things, worked on tackling and all that. So I think that should start to show coming up.
Does it help too that he's not a quarterback like Parrish and Strauss were both just two-step bang, two-step
quick
bang?
release. I mean, it definitely does because they were definitely trying to get in the routes that would be longer passes. And Kenny playing such a good corner that he does, and the defensive line that we do, it really played to our favor today. And to be honest, I think it showed during practice this week. Nobody took a day off. Practice like it was going to be the last week of practice.
All right. Any more questions for Nick? All right, thanks, Nick.